Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me for today's World Session, where we come together as a group to support ourselves and also to support the globe. So uh, I'm going to hop right into it because session has been building up over the last. The session has been building up over the last hour, and there feels this. Usually I don't feel this urgency, or I don't know if urgency is but really just want to hop right into it. It's kind of like right in my face. Um, there's this sticky kind of heaviness. A few people have mentioned fatigue, depression, this heavy energy, and I've been feeling it as well in my back and in my lungs and feeling completely wiped. And so what I'm seeing is a disconnect from Mother Earth. So there, I'm getting the shivers when I say that. So there's such an importance we give thinking, such a heightened state of importance. So um, it's this obsession and addiction to the mind. And it becomes this like running entity. So we need to ground. And so I'm going to bring it in. Got my singing bowl for some reason. I'm going to shake up that vibration from working right. Right in the auric field. So of yours, you can hold yours. You can feel into your own auric space if it feels sticky. But I'm also holding planet Earth's. So everyone on the planet. It feels really sticky, really thick. So we're going to do a few things. We're going to do 5 senses to your auric field. So we're going to we're going to anchor that into individuation. So that means dumping all of those filters that you have. Dumping the filters from your eyes. So that's saying seeing is believing. Well, what you see is your own reality, your internal reality being projected outwards. So are you really seeing what is, or are you seeing a reflection of what you think? The same thing for hearing. So that's saying, well, they only hear what they want to hear. They only see what they want to see. So then there comes in that cognitive dissonance that I was speaking of, that addiction to the mind. And it's just ruling life, ruling your life, ruling decisions. And then by having that as the dictator or the tyrant and being a slave to it, by not having a strong intellect, not grounding the intellect, well, then no practical action can be taken. So no practical action within your life can be taken. We need to shake that up. We got to shake it up. So I'm going to do that using sound vibration today. This is so beautiful. I love it. It's my chakra, my root chakra singing bowl. We need to activate that root chakra. So root chakra is coming in as a really important aspect here for today's session, as it ties us to the earth. And root chakra has everything to do with finances, all things material. So family, food, material gains, material needs. Now that's not materialism. It's not being materialistic. It is actually the material of the material of the world. So it's the tangible and those basic needs. So food, shelter, missing one, clothing, your basic needs being met. And then when there's this thinking, not overthinking that happens, it takes you away from that practical action that can be done. And of course, that's exhausting. And so then I'm feeling my back really sore. So we're going to tune into and do a deep repair on the root chakra. So not only your own root chakra, the root chakra of everyone on this planet who's going to listen to this session as a support, and the root chakra of the planet Earth, Mother Earth. It needs to shake off that vibration. There's just so much being piled on with concepts, ideas, ideologies, I am right, you're wrong, that those opposing thoughts. And that's where conflict comes in. Two opposing beliefs, both appearing to be true, both saying that they're right. And then the anchored mind, the strong intellect, right down the midline, the Sushumna, is where you can take a centered space where you come back into centeredness, back to yourself. You can take a practical action from there. But it just seems that no practical action can be taken. So I'm going to go ahead. You can feel into your root chakra. And see that it's weak. It's not vibrating well. Let's do it again. There we go. Oh. So I'm feeling the apathy, that just the whole resignation to whatever life situations are happening, to resignation, to thoughts, to overthinking. And then that takes you away from your body. I don't know if I'm saying that well, but it's a lifting away from. The body says, I'm tired. The thoughts come in and say, well, you should be doing more. I'm feeling like I need to eat. Thoughts come in and say, you should not be eating that. I need to play. You should be working more. I need to rest. How come you didn't write that email? All this back and forth. So the body rises up to give these messages, and the mind usurps those messages and says that you should be doing something else. We're going to link that root chakra. We're going to do some we got to do some massive repair to the lotus leaves of the root chakra. We're going in and we're doing a massive hydration to the root chakra. You can think about it like a lotus flower. And without the water, then the flower dies. Without sun, then the flower dies. Without nurturing, then the flower dies. So we're going to bring in hydration, but specifically, oh God, what's his name? I'm so bad with names. That Japanese man that did Masu, oh my God, Masu, okay, please look that up. I'm not gonna, thank you, Emoto. Yes, he's the one that said that different words have different vibrations, and it actually affects the cellular structure of the water. So you can do that for yourself. But here's all of this negative self-talk. And I can see the crystalline of the water. It's yellow and it looks dirty. It looks like dirty water from all of that inner dirty self-talk. And now this water is not only within the chakral system, but it's also within all of the cells within your whole body. And then you wonder, then there's a wondering. I don't understand why abundance isn't flowing to me. I don't understand why I'm attracting the same old the same old stories, the same old lack of relationships, or not having a relationship, or having bad relationships, or all of those stories, whatever the case is for you, having strife and conflict, even if that's internal conflict. Oh, so we've got to do a change, a shifting of the consciousness to the cellular structure. Oh, this is really big. And this is going to be the consciousness of love. It's really big. One realization of love can heal all. The realization of love, the awareness of love can heal. The deep awareness of love, realizations of the mind, I don't like that. The awareness of love can heal all. No conflict is too big. No strife too large that love cannot conquer. Oh. And so you can look into yourself and see all of the places that you don't accept or love yourself. Not even fully. There's just all of those places that you think that you shouldn't exist, or you wish that didn't, even down to whether this be personality conflict that you're having, that you're hard on yourself. Oh no, all of this grief is coming up. Now I'm just feeling all of that grief wanting to come out and be expressed. It wants to be released. If to nitpicking yourself physically, to nitpicking yourself on a personality level, emotionally, mistakes, you name it, just this constant nitpick. And it changes that water structure, that crystalline form within your cells. But we're specific right now, we're in the root chakra, but we're going to relate this to all cells, to all the whole water structure within your body. Well, this is a really, really important. So if you do have some water close to you, go ahead and you can put that inside your put that into your belly button. I have a little bit of water here. I'm going to go ahead and place that on my finger. Place that inside the belly button. And we're going to change the crystalline consciousness of the water within your system to love. Oh, I just feel this melting, like my cells are finally, they're releasing, they're holding such contraction. There's this beautiful just relaxation. It feels like fizzly water inside my body. Back into that root chakra. And we're going to go ahead and run some active memory threads. We've got some 8th chakra influencing here, so some hereditary impacts on this root chakra, and some planetary impacts, planets and house impact on this root chakra. So first, we're going to go ahead and dump active memory to going way back. Oh my God, we're going into fetal life, the day of conception, the moment you were conceived, that spark, that I'm seeing that spark of light come when you were actually conceived. Any thoughts your parents may have had about themselves, about their partner, about you, and about finding out that they have conceived impacted the crystalline structure. Oh, this is really big. So this is where the cultural things are coming in. There's some cultures who don't see girls as a joyous occasion to be had. I think in some Asian cultures, they don't see girls as, a blessing. Do you want a boy first? There are some cultures that are opposite, that they want the girl first, and then there's that disappointment when they get a son. Oh. So we're going to dump that 8th chakra from that. So it's an active memory. thread to that conception of disappointment. I'm a disappointment. I disappoint others. I disappoint myself. Whew. Then that 8th chakra thread to cultural influence. And then we're going into the house. So it's being house 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're in the 6th. We're in the 6th house, which is health, service to body, and practical reassessment. Wonderful. We want to bring in the 6th house to support to being in service to yourself, being in service to your body, and practically reassessing. So in comes that strong intellect, that grounded mind. And then moving into health. And along with the 6th house, it's Mercury. So Mercury is of the mind. But we've got some pathological Mercury coming in to impact this. So it feels like it's being skewed. So in comes the 6th house to support this shift. And then Mercury is acting a little pathologically. We've got some pathological influences of Mercury, which is separation, miscommunication, left brain explanation, so misinterpretation. So there's all of that cognitive dissonance that I was talking about before. We're going to link all of that in the root chakra. We're going to link it up to the Sushumna, all the way up to the crown for full balancing. All right, go ahead and tap this in. There we go. We're going straight into a cortices to balance both hemispheres of the brain, remove that mental fog. We need to soften the corpus callosum. The corpus callosum has gotten really hard and rigid. Interestingly enough, so it's rigid on two fronts. So for those who do not do the work, which is self-inquiry or Jnana Yoga, or even Jordan Peterson's work of asking questions and actually really going inward to see what you're really thinking, to see what you're really saying. So not speaking from assumptions or to challenge your assumptions or those strong beliefs. So there's the corpus callosum has gotten hard with that. Now there's on the other side, the people that do the work, that corpus callosum has gotten rigid, has gotten sneaky, because the intellect, the mind, finds new ways to become rigid. And is really wanting to stay having that plasticity, that neural plasticity. That's really sneaky. I've never seen that before. It finds new ways and knows the protocol of the work. So it's going to go ahead and jump forward and try to find new ways to say, yeah, but, or to stay in defensiveness. That's really sneaky. So we're going to go ahead and do the cortices, linking left and right brain hemispheres, softening the corpus callosum. We're going into the arachnoid pia mater and dura mater within the brain. And we need a nice hydration. They feel a little crispy and it's kind of hard in there. It's not congealed, but it's quite stiff. So we're going to go ahead and do a nice hydration, linking that cortices to all of the those layers of the brain, the fascial tissue within the brain. And then we're going into the lymphatic system. Now, the lymphatic system is the lymphatic system of the brain. And what it does is it works at night and it drains because we create toxins. It needs to be drained. But it's also related to dirty talk. So dirty self-talks, low self-esteem, being hard on yourself, and now depriving yourself is depriving yourself. So that's Never seen that before. So self-deprecation and self-deprival. So to deprive yourself. I've never seen that before there. It's really interesting. So if you could think for yourself all of the ways that you deprive yourself, you deprive your body, you deprive your life, your needs, your feelings, your emotions. So we're going to dump that. We're going to dump 5 senses. Again, those filters within the lymphatic system. We're going to do a lymphatic drainage and dumping those 5 senses to individuation. So we're going to link it. We're going to anchor it into the heart. Don't need that. That kind of thinking is not serving you. I keep going into my throat. My throat has gotten very stiff and it feels very contracted. So I'm going to watch, I'm just watching that go through, and we're going to go do a circulation plug into the brain. So blood, lymph, nerve, and chi to help that lymphatic system dump. We're going to link this into 3 to 5 o'clock. So it's going to run 3 to 5 a.m. So it's getting a good dumping. So not while you're falling asleep, when you're in a nice deep sleep, those toxins are going to drain. We're going to link them into the lymphatic system and take out the garbage. So I'm seeing that, but it feels a little sluggish. So that means that there's a repair that needs to be done to the lymphatic system and to the spleen. So the spleen is the garbage taker. It takes out the trash. I like to use garbage collection. Here comes the garbage truck. The spleen gives the garbage to the garbage truck, and the lymphatic system pulls it away. But it feels a little sluggish. So I'm going to go, we're doing a repair to the lymphatic system. We want the lymph working fluidly. And in comes again that dirty talk. So Emoto's work. So we're going to dump low self-esteem, dirty self-talk from the lymphatic system. Because that's this job. It takes out the garbage, but it's unable to because it's already all bunked up. So we're plugging in a consciousness of love. Love, self-acceptance. No, I'm trying to find, I'm perfect in my, I'm perfect in my imperfection. That's what it is. I'm perfect in my imperfection. I'm perfect in my imperfection. That means your life, no matter what ups and downs and upheavals it has, if that dirty self-talk is taken away, not beating yourself over the head, things happen in life. With that dirty self-talk, it just moves away from taking practical action for yourself. It's so heavy, so yucky, it's really sticky. So we're going to do bringing in a hydration to the lymphatic system, laying down new lymph capillaries, cleaning out the old ones. But we need to bring in hydration here, specifically the body's ability to make hydrogen peroxide and clean it out. Now we're going to bring in the sun. We're bringing in the sun to burn out. There's no better disinfectant. They say when you're not feeling well, you need a lot of rest, a lot of fluid, and get as much sun as possible. This is why it's so amazing that if you're not well, to get to an ocean, you sit on the beach, you do all of it. You rest, you soak up the sun, and then you're in the salt water. It's exactly what's needed. So we're bringing that in. Oh, that feels so good. I've never done this. We're going to go ahead and bring in the Caribbean. We're bringing in that cleansingness of that salt water from the ocean. We're bringing in that hot summer sun. Oh, that feels so good. And rest to the lymphatic system. And then that's going to help with the hydration to create that hydrogen peroxide to clean out the lymph. They're so important. It's so important. The lymphatic system is so important. There, it's starting to drain. Oh, that feels so much nicer. Oh, there's finally some release. Nope, I was going to tap that in. but it's going straight to the throat. So we've got a few things going on in the throat. So we're going to do a general body chemistry. So if your fingers are clean, excuse me, you can go ahead and put some saliva in your navel. We're going to do a general body chemistry to the throat. We're going to the pharynx, the larynx, the vocal box. And this is coming in also as a consciousness that you're not really saying much, but you're talking a lot. You're not really saying much, but you're talking a lot. So all of those mental explanations that are trapped in the throat, all of that overthinking, that unanchored intellect in the throat. And really the word is just explanations. I'm just going to explain everything. So we're going to dump that through a pathological consciousnness of the vocal cords, the larynx, and the vocal box. Even into the muscles and the structure within the throat feels really congested. We're going to do a general body chemistry to the throat as well for virus, bacteria, parasites, no, but fungus is coming up. Some kind of fungus, candida specifically. So if you eat a lot of sugar, that could impact the throat's functioning. I usually see that within the stomach and within the reproductive organs, but it's in the throat, which is quite interesting. They find sneaky ways to hide. There's some, there my voice is finally cleared up and the tension is finally relaxing from my throat. All right, take a nice deep breath. I'm going to tap all of this in. Whew. There it goes. All right. So you can catch this session. I'm sorry I didn't give this information. You can catch this on my website if you want to watch it again. If you want to share it, please go ahead and share freely. My website is mmarzak.com, or you can catch me on YouTube as well or on Instagram, and share freely. This is for everyone. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you. I look forward to seeing you next week.